Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Sam Talks Nerdy. I hope you're happy, doing well, kicking names, taking ass. This is the final installment of my Across Spider-Verse 101 series. To recap, we've talked about Spider-Man 2099, Jessica Drew, Spider-Man India, Spider-Punk, and Ben Reilly. Today, we'll be talking about the main villain of the film, the Spot. A villain relatively low on Spider-Man's rogues list, like really low on in the Z list. And also, apparently, according to Panels of Pixels, the focus of one of the worst episodes of Spider-Man the Animated Series. But who exactly is the Spot? Well, let's get into it. Before becoming the Spot, he used to be Dr. Johnathan Ohnn, a scientist working for Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin, and he was tasked with learning about Cloak's teleportation ability. But during a fight between Cloak, Dagger, Spider-Man, Black Cat, and Kingpin, he would discover Spot World after a device he made malfunction and opened a portal to the Spot World dimension. And he would go in, and when he came back out, he would be all white with black dots all over him, or portals, thus becoming the Spot. And let's just say his first fight with Spider-Man would not really go well. He would be laughed at, his punches were weak, and after one defeat, he would swear off villainy. But wait, there's more. He would eventually join the Spider-Man Revenge Squad, later called the Leader of the Losers, but his membership would be very short-lived. Eventually, he will be kicked out for deviating from a plan during a bank robbery. Eventually, he was abducted by Gideon Trust and used as a power source to the Negative Zone. And he would also be sent to the prison in the Negative Zone to be cells with Tombstone. But the Spot would get parole, however, he would go back to Spring Tombstone, and as a reward, Tombstone would break his neck. However, he would survive, only to die again, this time by the hands of Elektra and the Hand, and be resurrected for an attack on the helicarrier. The dude cannot catch a break. Literally. After that, he will be employed by MODOK to steal a hypernova, and the bad choices would just keep on coming because he would decide to betray MODOK and give the hypernova to the Mandarin. But MODOK saw this coming and switched out the hypernova for a fake one, and so the Spot gave Mandarin the fake. And as a punishment, Mandarin would trap Spot back in Spot World for a very long time, to the point where he would go mad and eventually lose his ability to speak. While in Spot World, he would eventually find out that his son was injured in a drive-by by some men working for a Dmitry Ivanov. And so, the Spot would get out of Spot World and go on a rampage, killing Ivanov's men, eventually going after Ivanov and coming across Spider-Man. He would be defeated, and Ivanov would be scarred for life. After this, he would go work for the Hood and be a mole within Mr. Negative's organization, eventually saving Mr. Negative from a failed attack on himself. After that, he would go work for Dr. Octopus and work with him to kidnap Stanley Osborn, only to fail and be back in jail. He would get out of jail and try to kidnap again, this time he's stopped by Daredevil. After that, he would get his powers taken by someone named Coyote and then get kidnapped by both Norman Osborn and Wilson Fisk for his connection to the Dark Force, because they wanted to use him so they could stop Harry Osborn, who was going by Kindred at the time. But, in another twist, Osborn would betray Kingpin and ask the Spot to help him free Harry for his freedom, and the Spot would agree. After this, he would meet his temporary end at the hands of Kenneth Neely, aka the Artist, who wanted access to the Spot World, so he tore the Spot apart. Before he died, he uttered a warning saying he would return. And that is the end of the Spot story for now. And it's kind of what I expected, just one major issue, one major story arc, and then he's just put to the side, a zealous villain, a joke. But I do wonder if Across the Spider-Verse will fix that and make him more popular. Anyways, that's it for this week's episode of Sam Talks Nerdy. Thank you for watching or listening if you're listening to this via my podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to me on my podcast via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and please leave me a 5-star rating and a good review where you can, as well as leave me a voice message on Anchor. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Sam Talks Nerdy for the latest news. Until next time, stay happy, stay well, stay healthy. Don't get stuck in Spot World. And I will either see you or talk to you next time.